It's fair to say that Violet wasn't the most interesting character in the first Incredibles, but she was a standout of Incredibles 2, receiving a compelling character arc in the sequel. For some reason, Violet is almost always overlooked, which is unfortunate as Dash barely even received a character arc in Incredibles 2, but still managed to steal the film. Out of all the emotions, disgust and fear are always the most overlooked. Disgust isn't the most interesting character, but fear on the other hand totally stole the movie. In early drafts of Inside Out, fear was meant to go on the main adventure with joy, but was later replaced by sadness, which I thought was a huge mistake, as his fear for everything would have lended itself well for even more hilarious comedic moments in Inside Out. For a long time, the film Up and especially the character Doug were barely talked about, but in more recent years the film has become a cult classic. Doug is a huge factor to what made Up so great, and I loved his Disney Plus spin-off miniseries where he got to lead his own show titled Doug Days. Colette is the only female chef to work at Gusteau's restaurant. She is vicious and not the kindest to Linguini to begin with, but eventually falls in love with him. She is the only member of the kitchen to come back to help Linguini and Remy run the restaurant. Ratatouille isn't the most popular Pixar film, and Remy, Emile, Anton, Ego and Linguini are the only well-known characters from the film, but many overlook Colette, which is unfortunate as she is a phenomenal character. The Uzma are a group of outcasts who often get humiliated by the other scare facilities. Every character in the team is given a unique personality trait and has a unique gift that helps them during the scare games. Most people see them as plot devices just to aid Mike and Sully, but they are so much more and can stand on their own. Slinky never had his time to shine in the Toy Story movies or TV shows. His biggest role he had was in Toy Story 2 once he finds Woody's hat, but isn't ever given much to do other than in this film, which is a shame as he was always the most loyal to Woody. Squirt is hardly in Finding Nemo and only appears very briefly in Finding Dory as Marley, Nemo and Dory are travelling to the Jewel of Morro Bay, California. But Squirt still manages to make a huge mark on the film as a cool, easygoing character who everyone would want to be friends with. Out of all the lesser known Radiator Springs residents, Ramon is the most memorable of the bunch. He loves to change his paint jobs all the time, probably because Pixar wants to milk different Ramon toy variants. But as a die-hard Cars fan, I love to buy and collect every unique Ramon variant. Rex is given his own side plot in Toy Story 2 as he attempts to defeat evil Emperor Zurg, but going forward in future movies and series, he's demoted back to a side character. He's the friendliest dinosaur you'd ever meet in a film, and I could personally relate to him as he lacks confidence like myself. I hope that Pixar give him his own short someday, exploring his origin story, maybe on Disney+. The Tank Gang are easily the most underrated characters from any film. Absolutely nobody talks about them when discussing Finding Nemo, which is extremely unfortunate as even though they are only given around 20 minutes of screen time, each member of the Tank Gang is given their own unique character arc. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to let me know your favourite Pixar supporting characters in the comment section below.